Good afternoon. It is the Bulletin Man. Today is Constitution Day, a wonderful day here in America. And I do appreciate you stopping by the website, checking us out. Bulletin Man, grateful for every viewer that stops by and takes an opportunity to look at me. I do appreciate those who let the video run all the way through, so if it will count on the YouTube counter. Learning a lot about YouTube. I think YouTube's the man, dude, folks, but God bless them. Today, Constitution Day, 9/17/9, and there is indeed a war of words in America today. You're listening to Fight, Rob Halford's group, and his song called War of Words, and Rob knows about the lawyers here in America. What we're trying to do in Bulletin Land today is restore the Constitution. I believe the Constitution has been suspended since March 9th of 1933 in the United States, that we are under executive or martial law. They just don't tell you that. I believe you've been captured. There's been a financial war. We've been pledged as collateral for the national debt. That's what the Social Security Administration is all about. That's when your name will first appear in all caps. So you are considered a license friendly. You'll notice every court document, every license that you have, every dealing with the government or bank or financial institution, your name is always capitalized. Well, why is that? Because you are human capital. All right, folks, get it, that that is a straw man. That is a corporation they create to pledge you as collateral for the national debt. Now, as a corporation, one time a Supreme Court ruled a corporation could be a person. But what about a person being a corporation? Huh? So you are corporate. You are a corporation, and when you go to court and you walk across the bar there, you walk across the little bench and you step onto their ship, and you say, "Yes, I am the person they just called out." Of course, it sounds just the same. You must ask them, "Is it all in all caps?" And then they get all nervous and start and will eventually cite you for some contempt of court. But the bottom line is that that is a straw man they have created, and that straw man has no constitutional rights. Now, as a sovereign man on the land, you do have constitutional rights, but the Constitution, unfortunately, does not apply to you anymore. It's because you are a straw man. You are all capitalized. You've been capitalized. So yeah, there's a deception going on. The devil is indeed a liar. The Constitution is not in effect. Today is September 17th, 1787. And let me give you an example of why I think the Constitution is not in effect. I mean, other than the fact that you cannot get a constitutional remedy in any court in America today. Very few judges actually will even abide or adhere to the Constitution. They're not sworn to uphold the Constitution. And they have to take a secret oath, and they're sworn to uphold the corporation. But they do take a regular oath, too, and that's where we can get them on perjury. But the bottom line of the matter is that the Constitution is no longer in effect. And if it was, wouldn't it be when they take the Constitution Day off? They take off Harry Truman's birthday here in Missouri. And Harry Truman, of course, being a 33rd degree Mason, a mass murderer, killed over 1 million people, didn't have to die. You know, Japan wanted to surrender. It had offered terms of surrender. But Truman had to prove a point and issued the issued in the atomic age with atomic bombs that were stolen from Germany, by the way. The Manhattan Project. The reason they called it the Manhattan Project because those bombs were going to be unleashed upon Manhattan. Study your history, folks. Germans are alive and well. A lot of them came here to America running our CIA. George Bush's family financed them. You all know that, don't you? All you Republicans, a yellow ribbon instead of a swastika, huh? But the Constitution is no longer in effect. And my problem, folks, is that the lawyers know this. The legislators know this. Another reason why I think it's all... I gotta go there. But my problem is the sheriff. The sheriff... I ran for sheriff in 2000 under the platform of justice for all, not just us. My first order of business once I was elected sheriff and installed, of course I believe the election was a fraud, that they simply flipped the vote totals. I ended up still getting 5,000 votes. I should have got 13,000. But My first order of business were to go detain the members of the officers of the court and of the bar and the judiciary, and impanel a grand jury and a citizens grand jury and get indictments for against these people, because they're running a sham, they're running a fraud, dude, and the newspapers are complicit with it. The sheriff is complicit with it, and the legislators are complicit with it. Basically, the whole 911 crowd. It's not very hard to figure out who the real terrorists are here in America. I mean, I'm not worried about Osama bin Laden walking up on my house today or pulling me over if I drive somewhere this afternoon. I'm worried about a highway patrolman or a sheriff's deputy. I consider them to be the real terrorists, because every time I encounter one of them, it either costs me money or I go to jail. Matter of fact, in one of the vehicles I have, I don't even have a rear view mirror, so I don't have to look in the rear view mirror and see cops. You know, it makes me extremely nervous. And of course, I've been arrested 30, 40 times. And I've seen the worst of it. As the U.S. Postal Inspector said, I am a lightning rod. So yeah, I mean, I've encountered them. So maybe I'm a little tainted. But overall, man, the sheriff is your enemy. 911, who are the real terrorists? They're not upholding the Constitution. So Sheriff Boyer and Sheriff Tolke and Sheriff Bullock and Sheriff, I don't know who's over in Washington County anymore. I know Sheriff Stolzer in St. Genevieve County and Sheriff Murphy, Jim Murphy in St. Louis City. Man, all you sheriffs out there, the Missouri Sheriff's Association, you all need to start upholding the Constitution and honoring it, because if not, the people are going to form a posse and we're going to come arrest your asses because you are traitors and treasonous. Now, we love you and we don't want to do that, but if that's what we got to do, that's what we're going to do. And I've got a special way to get you, Mr. Boyer. It's going to be beautiful too, because you're the biggest fraud of all. So, Glenn, we ask you, along with Gary Stolzer, Rabbit Macklin, of course, Rabbit's no longer the sheriff. I think he works for you, Glenn. And Ralph Brown, Ralph the carpet laid. Ralph, I need some carpet laid over here at the bunker. All you guys over there, you Sheriff Dan Bullock. Dan, where'd your prisoner go, Dan? I love you guys, I really do. But anyway, get real and uphold the Constitution. Quit being communist. All right, thank you. And remember, as always, tell a friend about the one and only Bulletin Man. See ya.